Hello children, in the last video of Act 2, Scene 2, we witnessed that this scene is a comic scene serving to relieve the tension of the scene of conspiracy. Caliban is here again. He sees Trinculo, the fool of the play and a survivor of the shipwreck, coming along and takes him to be a spirit sent by Prospero to torment him. He falls flat on the ground so that he may remain unobserved by the spirit. At this moment, a storm is brewing. Trinculo sees no place for shelter. At last, he comes up to Caliban lying flat on the ground, supposing that he must be a savage of the island, who might have been stunned by thunder. Trinculo creeps under his gabardine for shelter. So let's continue the scene. We have to begin with Stefano's speech. Stefano, if thou beest Trinculo, come forth. He says, if you are Trinculo, then come out. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. I'll pull on these smaller legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these are they. And he draws Trinculo out. If any legs are Trinculo's, these are. And he pulls Trinculo out from under the cloak. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be here? Well, what do you know? You are Trinculo. How did you come here? Means how you happened to lie under this monster. Trinculo, I took him to be killed with a stroke. I thought he was dead, struck by lightning. But art thou not drowned, Stefano? But aren't you drowned, Stefano? I hope now thou art not drowned. I hope you are not drowned. Is the storm overblown? Has the storm passed? I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. Moon calf is what? A deformed creature, supposed to be formed due to the influence of the moon. And gabardine is a cloak. So he says, I hid under this monster's cloak to get out of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, 2 Neapolitans escaped. He says, are you really alive, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, 2 men from Naples survived. And here Trinculo dances Stefano around. So Stefano says, Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant. Please stop turning me around. My stomach is a little upset. Caliban, aside, means Caliban to himself. He says, these be fine things, and if they be not sprites. He says, these are beautiful creatures, if they are not spirits. That's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. Celestial is heavenly. He says he's a good god who brings liquor from the heavens. I'll worship him. Stefano, to Trinculo, he says, how didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? How did you survive? How did you get here? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. Tell me the truth. Swear on this bottle of wine. I escaped upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved overboard by this bottle which I made of the bark of a tree with my own hands since I was cast ashore. Butt is what? A large cask. He says, I myself floated here on a barrel of wine, on a large cask of wine, that the sailors tossed overboard, and the barrel was made by me out of the tree bark after I washed ashore. Caliban, I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly. Caliban talks to Stephano and he says, I'll swear by that wine bottle to be your true subject. You must be a god since your liquor is out of this world. Stephano, here swear then how thou escapest. Here swear and tell me how you survived. Trinculo swam ashore, man, like a duck. He says, I swam ashore like a duck. I can swim like a duck. I'll be sworn. I swear I can swim like a duck. Stephano says, here kiss the book. Which book? Holy Bible. He says, here kiss the book. Means here kiss the Bible and swear. Gives Trinculo drink. Thou canst swim like a duck. He says, though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose. You may swim like a duck, but you look more like a goose. And Trinculo drinks. Trinculo, oh, Stephano, hast any more of this? He says, do you have any more of that wine? Stephano says, the whole butt, man. I have got the whole barrel, man. My cellar is in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. I live in a cave by the seaside where I keep the barrel hidden. How now, moon calf, how does this thine ache? He says, hey monster, how's your fever now? Caliban, hast thou not dropped from heaven? He says, you come from heaven, don't you? Stephano, out of the moon I do assure thee. He says, no, from the moon, I'm telling you. I was the man in the moon. Man in the moon means the mountain in the moon resembling a man with a lantern, dog and bush. He says, I used to be the man in the moon a long time ago. Sorry. Caliban, I have seen thee in her and I do adore thee. Caliban says, oh, I have seen you in the moon and I do adore thee. I do worship you. My mistress showed me thee and thy dog and thy bush. My mistress showed me you in the moon and your dog and your bush. Stephano, come, swear to that. Kiss the book. Come on, swear to it. Kiss the book, kiss the Bible and swear it. I will furnish it anon with new contents. I'm going to fill the bottle up again soon. Swear, gives Caliban drink. Trinculo, by this good light, this is a very shallow monster. Trinculo says, by this good light, this is a very shallow monster. When you get a good look at him, you see he is not much of a monster. I feared of him, a very weak monster. I can't believe I was scared of him, a pretty pathetic monster. The man in the moon, a most poor credulous monster. The man in the moon, what a poor gullible monster. Well-drawn monster in good sooth. That was a nice big gulp monster. Caliban, now Caliban talks to Stephano, I'll show thee every fertile inch of the land and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my God. Caliban talks to Stephano and he says, I'll show you every inch of the island. I will kiss your feet. I beg you, please be my God. Trinculo says, by this light a most perfidious means treacherous, and drunken monster. He says, what a lying drunken monster. When God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle. When his God falls asleep, the monster will snatch his wine bottle. Caliban to Stephano, he says, I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject. I will kiss your feet. I'll vow to be your faithful subject. Stephano, come on then, down and swear. Come on then, get down and swear it. Trinculo, I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. Puppy-headed means stupid as a puppy. He says, I'm going to laugh myself to death over this silly monster. Most scurvy monster. He is a rotten, foolish monster. I could find in my heart to beat him. I could find it in my heart to beat him. Stephano, come, come on, kiss my feet. And gives Caliban drink. Trinculo, but that the poor monsters in drink, an abominable monster. Abominable means detestable, except the poor monsters drunk, an awful monster. Caliban, I'll show thee the best springs, I'll pluck thee berries, I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. I'll show you where to get fresh water. I'll pick berries for you. I'll fish for you and get you plenty of firewood. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. The tyrant I am serving now can go to hell. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man. I won't get any more wood for him now. I'm serving you now, you wonderful man. Trinculo, a most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard. What a silly monster to think a poor drunk is wonderful. Caliban, I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts. Pig nuts are edible roots. He says, I beg you, let me show where you can find crabs, where you can find crab apples to eat. I'll use my long fingernails to dig edible roots for you. Show thee a jay's nest. Jay is the name of a bird. And instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. Marmoset is a monkey. He says, I will find you a bird's nest and teach you how to catch a nimble marmoset, how to catch a nimble monkey. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts. Filberts are hazelnuts. And sometimes I'll get the young scamels from the rock. Scamels are types of birds. I'll take you to clusters of hazelnuts and sometimes I'll catch birds for you on the rocks. Will thou go with me? Will you come with me? Stephano says, I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. He says, show us the way without further delay. Don't waste time in talking. Trinculo, the king and all our company else being drowned, we will inherit here. He says, Trinculo, since the king and all our comrades are drowned, we are the heirs, we are the successors of this place, of this island. Here, bear my bottle, he says, carry my wine bottle, fellow Trinculo, my buddy Trinculo, we'll fill him by and by again. We'll get that bottle refilled soon enough. Caliban sings drunkenly, farewell, master, farewell, master. Goodbye, master, goodbye, master, goodbye. Trinculo, a howling monster, a drunken monster, a loud-mouthed drunken monster. And Caliban sings, no more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch in firing at requiring. It says, I won't build you any more dams to catch fish or fetch you firewood when you order me to. Nor scrape trencher. Trencher is what? Wooden plate. Nor wash dish. Ban, Caliban has a new master. Or clear the plates or wash dishes. Ban, Caliban has a new master now. Get a new man. Freedom. Heyday, freedom, freedom, heyday, freedom. Heyday is what? A happy day. He says, so get a new servant. Freedom, what a wonderful day, freedom, freedom, wonderful day, freedom. Stefano, good monster, oh brave monster, lead the way, show us the way, and exit. And they exit. So, in this scene, Act 2, Scene 2, we have seen Caliban bearing his locks meets Trinculo. He believes him to be one of the spirits whom Prospero went to torture him. As a storm is blowing, Trinculo takes shelter under Caliban's cloak. The two are lying together on the ground when Stefano staggers, being drunk. Stefano gives Caliban a drink from his bottle, and Caliban, taking him for a god, enters gladly into his service. So read this scene very attentively, children. Thank you.